Hello. This week we're in the ancient city of Petra. It's the highlight of most people's Egyptian holiday, even though it's not in Egypt. Petra. There's no rides and almost no animatronic presidents, but it just might be the happiest place on earth. Petra was carved into sheer cliffs more than 2,000 years ago. The Nabateans founded Petra in the 4th century BCE, and it's been home to the Romans, the Byzantines and the Bedouins, and they've all left their mark. Once past the visitor centre where you can buy a whip a la Indiana Jones, you'll head downhill and soon find yourself deep in a narrow gorge. You walk the same path that the Nabateans would have walked, and immediately there are some clues to their technology and way of life. It's hot in Petra and dry, but the Nabateans kept themselves watered with an intricate system to capture and store water from both rainfall and natural springs. This channel that runs beside the path was covered in terracotta pipe and was crucial to the success of the city. You soon come across the most popular site in Petra, known as the Treasury or Al-Khazni. It's pretty impressive, but the name is a bit misleading, as it is not now, nor was it ever, a treasury. They think it was a mausoleum or a tomb or something like that. Like all the structures in Petra, it was carved from the top down, which makes sense if you're carving out of a cliff face, I guess. You can't go inside, so we didn't find the Knight or the Grail, but if you pay a bit extra, you can get a nice view from a ledge up on the opposite cliff face. There is a free way to get a view from even higher up, but you have to go for a bit of a hike past the Treasury and most of the other tombs until you find a sort of goat track. It's not really something you do straight away, and though by the magic of video it seems like it took mere seconds, it's actually really late in the day, like 9 hours since I was down there. We'll blip back to the morning after these next few shots, but... Hey, is that me from this morning? Just past the Treasury, the site really opens up and the place is lousy with tombs. You can check out a bunch. Jordan doesn't really care about health and safety, so you don't have to worry about annoying handrails or anything like that. Around 30,000 people lived here in its heyday, but it seems like the dead took all the prime real estate. Petra was a popular spot once. Because of all the clever irrigation stuff that I talked about before, it was considered a green oasis. There was even a large pool with fountains and man-made waterfalls. Not much sign of water today, or is there? On May the 4th, 2025, there was heavy rains causing flash flooding in Petra. At least 2 people died, and a couple of thousand tourists had to be evacuated. The infrastructure that the original inhabitants used to redirect and store the water was pretty much destroyed by an earthquake around 363, so the flood waters disappeared pretty quick this time. But Google news footage. It gives you a pretty good idea what the Nabateans were working with. I bet this donkey had a religious awakening when it rained. It must have been like a fever dream. They say there are no full-time inhabitants in Petra now. The government apparently moved all the Bedouins out, but we got chatting to one lady who told us there are still a few families hanging on to their old ways, and if these goats are anything to go by, I'd say she was telling the truth. Get off the beaten track a bit if you have time. You should allow a couple of days minimum to take in the best of the site. You can go in the main entrance on day 1 and then the back entrance on day 2. Pick a trail and start walking and you'll come across a bunch of cool stuff. As with most of the Egyptian and Roman historical sites, the tombs at Petra were covered in painted stucco. basically like a plaster render type deal, and they would have all been bright colours. We have a certain ideal image in our heads of what we think about these places today, but they would have looked really gaudy and kitsch in their original state. Oh, and there's no evidence of human sacrifices, but definitely animal ones, so there's that. Petra really is vast. There are a few places to buy snacks and stuff, and there are restaurants. Even away from the main area, you'll stumble onto people selling water and trinkets. Keep your fluids up and, share a cup with a camel. Like this guy. The Romans. Did these guys ever clean up after themselves? We're here in Petra, we're in the Roman amphitheatre. You can see behind us these lovely tombs in the background. The amphitheatre always sort of gets me right here, and well, I thought I'd do a song. Good evening, Petra! Can I have a song from the audience, please?
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
Konnichiwa!
Yeah, hello! Birthday to you! Happy birthday! You're in the crowd! Happy birthday to you! You've been a great audience! Good night!
Woo! Woohoo!
Goats, eh? Look at the little daredevils. You can get to the back entrance by hopping on a free shuttle bus from the main entrance. The trail starts at the town of Little Petra, but it's worth getting a 4x4 to take you a bit closer. The trail on this side takes you past some pretty crazy views of Israel-Palestine. The countries share a border, and it's estimated that between 50 and 70% of Jordanians are of Palestinian origin. They seem like friendly people, the Jordanians. I like them. The back entrance, I should really stop calling it that, takes you to the monastery, which may have been used as a monastery by the Byzantines, but we don't really know what it was used for originally. It's a moderately steep downhill hike along well-maintained walkways to the base of the valley, and once you get there you'll find the main restaurants. Can't tell you what the food is like because we don't stop to eat. Ever. Petra did not disappoint, and they think that what we can see of Petra today is only around 15% of the entire thing. So that's exciting. For example, there's at least another level to the treasury that's still buried underground. Mid-afternoon we drove to Wadi Rum to meet up with a guide from Wadi Rum Meteorite Camp and headed into the desert. Oh look, baby camel, I wonder what he tastes like. Looks tasty, not much meat on him though. Not bad, and some shawarma. So there's a few sites here in Wadi Rum that your guide will likely take you to. Take this rock behind me for example. It's covered with a load of ancient etchings by the Thamudic or Nabatean peoples. Pretty impressive. The area is known for its rock art. That's what happens when you live somewhere with stuff all rain. Graffiti lasts. But it's not just rock art people come here for. Films are made here. Do you remember a little flick called Lawrence of Arabia?
It is my pleasure.
It is my
that you
pleasure
dine with me
that you
in
dine
Wadi
with
Rum.
me in Wadi Rum.
Mos Eisley Spaceport. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scarf. There are petroglyphs showing animals and scenes from daily life, and some early Arabic and Byzantine scripts squirreled away in some narrow gorges out of the wind. Some of them up to 12,000 years old. But it was getting late and we decided to head to a nice spot and watch the sunset. The light is pretty amazing in Wadi Rum, and our guide was all about getting the right shot. Morning viewers, Filthy the Bear here in Wadi Rum National Park. I think it's a national park. I mean, they talk about it like it's a national park, so probably is. Just waiting for the sun to come up. Sun's supposed to come up over behind my shoulder here. I spent the night over here in this camp. I stayed in one of these little fellas here. But you can, they're the cheap option, or you can stay in the more expensive option, which are these big dome things. They've got air conditioning and everything, but it was cold last night, well cool, so I didn't really need aircon. And yeah, the little fellas were quite cold. What the hell is this? What is this? Oh, there's a fucking dog, or a jackal. Maybe it's a jackal. We've heard about jackals, you know. But either way, it is a carnivore. And animals, not too big on Filthy the Bear. Sort of hate me sometimes, especially monkeys, fucking monkeys. Bunch of arseholes. But dogs that can go either way. Some of them want to cuddle, other ones want to rip me to pieces. So we'll keep an eye on this fella right here. So this is my room. Do I look sexy? Why are you staring at me if you don't think I look sexy? Anyway, I'm always a bit sus on wall carpet, but it's comfy enough. Wouldn't want to bring a black light in here, and yes, I am giving them the benefit of the doubt, steam cleaner wise. But I'm sure it's fine. Check out some of my other videos and hit like and subscribe. Do you like the new theme song? It's terrible, isn't it? I absolutely love it. See you next time. Stay filthy.